Holy cow, handling a tough act to follow, but I'm going to do my best. Hi, everyone. I'm Priya Ramanathan. I'm the Executive Director of Workforce Development at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, overseeing our Employment Center. And before I dive into how much I love the CUNY Service Corps program, I have to do a little history lesson just so I can tell you more about what the Brooklyn Navy Yard is, because I'm pretty sure many of you have never been there or don't know what it is, so bear with me. So the Brooklyn Navy Yard is a 300-acre industrial park on the Brooklyn waterfront, and it's the site of one of this country's most historic naval shipbuilding facilities. Today, the Navy's no longer there, but we're a 300-acre industrial park houses home to over 330 businesses employing about 7,000 people. So 7,000 people come into work every day at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And through investments in new green buildings and growing infrastructure, the Brooklyn Navy Yard is a national model for sustainable urban industrial parks and is home to modern manufacturers that are both tech-driven and socially responsible. In my role, I oversee the Employment Center, and one of the main missions of the Navy Yard is job creation. And that's connecting local residents in the community and local students to job opportunities with tenants at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And in my time here, we've placed over 250 people in job opportunities at the Brooklyn Navy Yard and in surrounding communities. So CUNY Service Corps was just a perfect marriage for the type of work that we were doing. The Brooklyn Navy Yard is run by the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation, who I work for, and where we had 15 CUNY Service Corps students assigned this year across a variety of different teams. So our core members were assigned to 8 different teams, and I'm going to list them all because just so I can show you how crazy it is. Leasing, finance, IT, the Employment Center with me, archives, external affairs, human resources, and Building 92, which is our museum and visitors center. Core members also had the chance to participate in unique short-term projects with our security and operations team, our executive office, and our development and planning team and engineering and facilities teams. In this capacity, I started to refer to our CUNY Service Corps members like our on-site consultants, because we were able to kind of deploy them out to different projects, and they were able to bring their skills, creativity, and enthusiasm to just a range of different projects that we wouldn't have been able to accommodate if we didn't have this help. In addition to the professional development activities that you were all doing that I saw in the video here with CUNY Service Corps, at the Navy Yard we tried to adopt a model where we were able to do our own little CUNY Service Corps program. So core members went through an orientation with me, which I'm sure was gripping and they were really interested in. And they had a chance to learn more about the Navy Yard by participating in one-on-one discussions with different leadership staff who are experts in their fields and different lunch and learns. And they also had an opportunity to connect directly with one of our many 330 tenants, so a chance to really expand that connection there. Our hope is that through this type of programming and this type of involvement, that core members have the chance to participate in meaningful activities and leave with connections to both BNYDC staff and tenants who would help them grow in their careers. We've seen that during their time here, many core members have been able to discover their strengths and really dig into what their career interests are. To illustrate this, I'd like to highlight the experience of one of our students. I'm not sure if she's here, so I apologize for embarrassing you. Yuki Lang, who is an accounting student at BMCC. Oh, there she is. Oh, I knew she would do that. So Yuki started as a core member at the Employment Center with me. She did everything from data entry projects to managing customer flow to even translating some of our flyers into Chinese for us. And when our security team needed assistance with a side project, she ended up moving over to them and was one of the first core members to show up to work at like 6 a.m. in the morning to do traffic surveys in our security boots in the middle of the winter. And they liked her so much that they asked her to stay on longer to do data projects. But that wasn't enough for Yuki. Right after that, Yuki headed on over to our finance team and was just asked to stay into the month of May past her CUNY Service Corps period. And I can't tell you how popular she is. Everywhere I go, she probably knows more people on staff than I do. It's amazing. Yuki is a great example of the diverse experiences a student can have at the Navy Yard in a role like this, and the strength of making connections, which is a theme that I think we've all kind of highlighted on. Thanks, Yuki. As many of our core members complete their service year, we're proud to say that we're having a really hard time letting you go. So our external affairs team has actually extended their stay of their core member into the summer, and she's going to continue into our summer internship program. Our finance team is really I just talked to John. They're having a really hard time letting go of Yuki and John in their programs, and are moving on into the May period, and will be staying in a paid internship position. And yes, I know, it's exciting. And as a participant site, we really want to make sure we're able to foster these types of relationships and connections. So as I mentioned, the Brooklyn Navy Yard hosts a summer internship program where we place over 100 graduating high school students and college students into full-time paid internships. And I already know that we've had students from the previous cohort stay into this program, and I already know there are applications in for the summer. FYI, the application is still open, so if people are looking for internships, check out our website. And we also run the Brooklyn Tech Triangle Summer Internship, the Tech Triangle Internship Program through the Department of Small Business Services and CUNY City Tech. I see some alums from that program here. So we really have a marriage between these programs where we're able to continue to keep CUNY students as an active part of the Brooklyn Navy Yard. So to kind of think a little bit longer term, we've already seen that participation in these types of service programs and internship programs lead to long-term connections and job opportunities. So I actually want to talk about a student from the 2013-2014 cohort. So Jose Gonzalez was a City Tech architecture student who was placed with the Navy Yard during last cohort of the CUNY Service Corps. He ended up applying to our summer internship program and was matched to an architect at the Navy Yard, Constantine Corrales. So he's actually in the building next door, and I know that after the summer internship program, he continued on a part-time basis with Constantine. And I actually just ran into Jose the other day in the courtyard, and looks like he was just offered a full-time job to work with Constantine. So it really does, which is really great. And it really does show the importance of making connections, to think really actively about what's around you. And, you're just coming out of this program, but there's so much more ahead of you. So, obviously, it's these types of experience that make us such a proud partner site for the CUNY Service Corps program. Over the next few years, the Navy Yard will be experiencing its largest expansion since World War II, with 12 new or adaptively reused green industrial buildings, opening up over 2 million square feet of space and creating over 2,500 new jobs for the local community. We could not do this work without the hardworking, talented students who participate in the CUNY Service Corps program. And we couldn't achieve our mission without your help. So before I finish up, I just want to say a huge thank you to Rachel and Afranima and all the wonderful CUNY Service Corps staff for managing and supporting this program. You all have such great people in your corner and who support you in your work. I also thank you for all of your patience in submitting timesheets, which is takes a lot of time. We at the Navy Yard are so grateful for the hard work of the CUNY Service Corps students, and I want to congratulate all of the 2014-2015 Corps members. Thank you, especially Helbert, Yuki, John, Nirmal, Samantha, Ian, Mohammed, Michael, Lizeth, Gregory, Chantel, Catherine, Jack, Kumar, and Lakeisha. Thank you all, and congratulations.